Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. I hear Oreo, but I don't see her. She's around here somewhere. So let's just hope she behaves tonight. Because God knows she hasn't behaved for like a week now. She's just out of control. Out of control. All right. Lots to catch up on. Hope everyone joining tonight is well. I know it's a little later than usual, so hopefully we'll get a few of the usual suspects in here. It'll be great. Courtney, good evening. Twice in one day. Yay. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, I was helping Lord Bison over on TNI UK. And there she is. Hello, Oreo. She did not watch any AEW this weekend or tonight. Yeah, you missed out, little girl. You missed out on some great stuff. Your brothers watched, though. They could tell you all about it, but you missed out. She don't care. She don't care. She's just a goofy little goober, aren't you? All right. Lots to catch up on. So let's first of all, I want to say, let's talk about Revolution. Let's talk about Revolution a little bit. I'm not going to go through super duper, review. I'm just going to put out some highlights, what I enjoyed. The whole pay-per-view top to bottom was really good. Yes, Oreo absolutely does have her own opinion. She does. She's very opinionated, especially lately. She's a little annoying, not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Oreo. Yeah. Little fussy, sassy girl. Let's talk. You gotta love her. What? You gonna come down here? Hi. You say hello? You say hello to the people? Huh? Or are you gonna come up here? You're gonna come up here? Alright. There you go. Alright, come on. Alright. Just behave yourself. Alright. Alright. Let's talk some Revolution. I missed the pre-show stuff. But let me tell you, starting out with Ricky Starks defeating Jericho and then Jungle Boy defeating Christian Cage, it really felt like it was going to be a night of the young up-and-comers beating the grizzled veterans. It just felt like was going to be the theme all night. Great to see the Christian Cage Jungle Boy feud finally get put to rest. Not one mention of it tonight. Pretty brutal fight. Ricky Starks beating Chris Jericho. Great to see. And you know what? We'll go back and forth a little bit. Because it does bear mentioning what happened to Ricky Starks tonight. He comes out to a rounding applause for his victory this past weekend. And he's like, he really didn't know what's coming up next for himself. Well, he got a nasty surprise by the Bullet Club's very own Juice Robinson. And it's very interesting because Juice had actually left New Japan and left the Bullet Club. And now it seems like one tweet I saw says, "Who left the forbidden door open?" Very interesting. So there is some presence of the Bullet Club in AEW. Very interesting. So it shows there is some kind of relationship there as well, still, which is still great to see, no matter who you like to watch more, whatever. But I am excited to see what's coming of this. Are we going to see more Bullet Club members joining Juice Robinson? And is that just going to grow the Bullet Club's presence across the states, in the Strong brand as well, So you got the Impact World Tag Team Champions. You got Bay and Ace, the ABC connection. Ace and Bay connection, excuse me. So what does this mean? We gotta, like I said, we just gotta wait and see. I'm excited for it. Look, it gives wrestling a little twist and a little turn. It makes it a little more unpredictable. I'm okay with that. It just gives more opening for people to work together, surprises happening, and that's never a bad thing in professional wrestling, let's be honest. So Rock Hard Juice Robinson attacked Ricky Starks, and I can't wait to see that feud go full steam. I'm excited for that. Courtney says Forbidden Door 2. Maybe. I don't know if that was announced or if that's coming up. I really don't know. Courtney says Taya versus Jade Cargill for the TBS champion. I've been hearing rumblings about Taya leaving Impact again, but I haven't heard anything concrete, so I'm not gonna really give that a lot of weight right now. House of Black defeating the Elite. Definitely one of the better matches. I mean, it's all subjective. You could say what you liked more, what you didn't like. I loved the Elite versus the House of Black. Great match. Jesus. Good old Oreo. Right on cue. Yeah, she's been like this for like 10 days now, so it's getting old. I love her, but damn, we're going to throw her off her porch pretty soon. So yeah, that's right, Courtney. So next week, we're getting Jericho Appreciation Society versus the Elite versus House of Black. So I can't wait for that. All right, take two. Let's see if closing the door helps a little bit. Unless she's like right on the other side of the door, then I'm just gonna throw something at her. But we'll keep going. So yeah, it feels like the trios titles are really starting to really starting to get hot. Like it took a while. You know, there was that controversy. The Elite was gone for a while. Now they're back. And the stuff with AR Fox and Top Flight. Amazing match tonight. That it's just a numbers game. It's just a numbers game. You know, in theory, it could have went either way, but it's the numbers game. But the trios titles are definitely, I thought it was going to be over with the Bucks and Kenny Omega. I was like, okay, finally, let's get the Bucks back in the regular tag division. Let's get Kenny back going for the title. Courtney digs AR Fox. I love AR Fox too. I became a fan of his while watching Lucha Underground, like so many other Americans did. You know, unless you know his independent wrestling journey, which I'm not privy to really. I know it's out there. I just never, knew much about him until Lucha Underground, but I've been a fan ever since. All right, what else we got here? Jamie Hayter defeating Saraya and Ruby Soho. Ruby Soho then joining Saraya and Toni Storm's group. We found that out tonight. And kicking a snot out of Chicago's own Blue. I can't think of her name. Blue something. Sky Blue? Whatever. I forget. So that was cool to see. Page versus Mox, absolutely brutal. To the point that it was almost like uncomfortable to watch. And I can usually watch anything. It made me, made me a little squeamish. I'm not gonna lie. But these two just beat the snot out of each other. It was low down and dirty. Courtney here says Ruby Soho was freaking awesome tonight. Her promo and match 100 fire. Yeah, it was good. I honestly believe what she was saying tonight about, kicking the snot out of some of these younger up and comers like she did tonight. This is a perfect example, some of them need to be taught a lesson as far as respect, respect your elders and stuff. But it's storyline too, but but yeah, good stuff. And I dig the green spray paint. It's got an old school feel to it, a little DX in there. You can't fault them for going a little old school there. I dig it. But yeah, Page versus Mox. Hangman beating Mox seemed like it was really pardon the term, the nail in the coffin for everything going on. But apparently now it's not over because we saw tonight Jon Moxley and his crew. Looks like they've gone full-blown heel and just went really nuclear on the Dark Order, which Hangman Page came to the rescue. And I love Mox and the guys, but I was really rooting for Dark Order here to get a win. It's like, man, they just can't catch a break ever. It sucks. Evil Uno tried to help Reynolds and Silver to no avail. Excuse me. Took Page running down, so it's like, man, it's like I want this feud to be done. I don't know exactly what this all means, is It feels kind of like a step backwards in a sense, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm okay with Mox and the boys going heel. They're riding that gray line, anyways. You know, as far as just being nasty, brutal, you know, hardcore wrestlers. Well, Mox is more hardcore than the others. Cesaro, Claudio. I'm sorry. He's always going to be Cesaro to me. He's so long. He's been Cesaro. Claudio and oh Jesus, it's been a long week, folks. I almost said Freddie Ahai. Not who I'm thinking. Wheeler Yuta. Jesus, yeah, not quite the same. Same but different. Both tremendous wrestlers, but yeah, wrong name there. Yuta and Claudio, both great in their own respects, strong style wrestlers, tremendous part of the Combat Club. So, but it looks like there's a dark lining around this Combat Club now. They're really taking they're taking no prisoners. They're just you're going to leave people in their wake. You know, it's going to get nasty. I think it's going to get nasty. So we'll see where this goes. I'm very curious. Like I said, I wish the stuff with Page and Mox is done. Maybe it is done. Maybe he just had to come to the rescue of the Dark Order, and then it's gonna like spread out from there and then come back later. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But nonetheless, amazing Texas death match, and then what we saw tonight in the fallout of Jon Moxley and his crew turning heel. Crazy. Wardlow defeating Samoa Joe. 10-minute match. Really, I mean, it was good for what it was, but it felt proper because I really wanted to see, and I think fans really wanted to see Wardlow win again, even if it was for a cup of coffee, because that area is big for Powerhouse Hobbs and supporting him as, you know, a local hero. And that's one great thing about Toni is he's really good at recognizing the local wrestling heroes. Whether it was, Darby from the West Coast up in Seattle, or Hobbs from here in, was it Sacramento? Bell's boy, good evening. Says, evening, J-Bone. How'd you like Hobbs winning the TNT title, and where does Wardlow go from here in your professional podcasting opinion? He knows the gimmick. He knows. And by the way, we're about 20 minutes into this. Why don't you folks who are here, even though it is late, now there's only a few of you, make sure you smash that like button. It's greatly appreciated. I'm loving that Hobbs won. I'm surprised that he used some shenanigans to win. He used QT Marshall. And what's interesting is the title was right there. So are they gonna look? So it went viral that the title was stolen. But then they talked about it tonight on the show, which made it feel like, okay, is it real? Is it not real? This happened before. That was real, but now is this real? I don't know. But when QT ran around the corner, shenanigans, happens, and then he grabs the title. Like, I'm the one that, it seemed like he was the one that broke into the car to get into the head of Wardlow, and then helped Hobbs win. So, no, you can't come back in here, Oreo. Sorry. Not happening. Oh, she gonna be mad, but it's okay. We'll make it up to her later. So, interesting how they did that. Like, we've seen that QT Marcella is supposed to come back soon. We've seen the logo for QTV or something. I don't know. I didn't really know it at all. What was, I missed something somewhere. But maybe he's going to be more of a manager for Hobbs. I mean, QT's an okay talker. He's all right. I don't know. But nonetheless, Hobbs wins. It kind of, I mean, Hobbs really was starting to become a fan favorite. Felt like the journey was like, something special. But now, it's all just a heel swerve? I don't know. But we're going to have to just wait in the upcoming weeks, I guess. Too early to tell. But nonetheless, I'm happy for Hobbs. Gonna have to get that Hobbs figgy on the wall, and maybe order that new tee. That new tee of his is sick. It's pretty cool. But no one's gonna wear it like him, like he did tonight. That was pretty cool. Wardlow, what's next for him? I don't know. Samoa Joe's gonna pretty much stay in Ring of Honor now. I'd like to assume. She never assume, but I think that's what he's gonna do. Wardlow, maybe he's gonna go after MJF. Maybe he'll be who's next. I don't know. A lot of questions. I don't know. All right, let's see here. Guns winning in the 4-way. FTR returns. Very cool to see FTR return. Quick promo tonight talking about that they missed the fans, and fans certainly missed them. There was a lot of rumors and a lot of, what's that word? That big word? Oh, yeah. Speculation gets the fans all the time. That's once you catch that speculation, it's like you start scratching all over. You can't help it. It's all this speculation everywhere. Or maybe I'm thinking of something else. But anyways, oh no, wait, no, that's chicken pox. No, I'm kidding. All that speculation. The speculation that they were headed once again back to the WWE. Not happening. Well, that's interesting. Courtney is hearing that Bryan Danielson is going to Ring of Honor. Well, that'll certainly get a few more viewers for Ring of Honor. It was, I tell you, it was painful to watch that little bit of aftermath of Bryan Danielson being really distraught that he lost and how he was feeling physically after that match. I think he's going to take a little time off and then maybe, go do some Ring of Honor tapings. I think that'd be good. that'd be good for him. That'd be good for Ring of Honor. Will really help get that off the ground, so to speak. I know Eddie Kingston has already jumped ship and is part of that. So I think we're gonna start slowly but surely seeing a more divided roster. We're gonna see more people show up specifically for Ring of Honor tapings and not so much AEW. That's my wish, because otherwise it's not good. Ring of Honor is not going to feel special. It's going to feel what people are going to call it AEW light. We don't want that. Ring of Honor deserves to be its own brand. The legacy is there. It's still, no matter whether you love Toni or not, it deserves to be its own thing. So, I heard the tapings were okay. I have not watched it yet. I don't have Ring of Honor. What is that? Honor Club, I should say. Maybe someday. Not exactly in the budget right now. I have a billion streaming services already, it seems like, with the HBO Max and Netflix and all that stuff. I got New Japan. I barely watched that, so I don't know if I'm going to keep that or not. But we'll see. We'll see. So, all right, we continue. What is next here? Tag team stuff. All right, so MJF versus Bryan Danielson. MJF, geez. And I want to, for those of you, I know there's not many of you here, but spout off. Like, do you think MJF was just like went like over? Did he go too far by throwing that drink on that little kid, or do you like not? Does that not bother you? I'm like on the fence about it. Like, I don't care that much as a fan where I'm like, oh, I'm not watching ever again. I'm too old to like, I care, but I'm too old to be like upset about certain things. It's like he's being the nastiest heel he could possibly be. He didn't set the kid on fire. Let's be real. He could have done 10. He could have picked up the kid and body slammed him on the cement. He didn't do that. He poured a little liquid on a kid. Okay, the kid was all bundled up. The kid didn't shrivel up and float away. Is that pretty rare that we see a heel do something like that? Let's think about that for a second. How many times have we seen heels go up to a kid, take their sign, rip it up into little itty-bitty pieces, and just throw it to the wind? And the kid is crying on the dad's shoulder, crying on mama's leg, or whatever. Is it any different from that? I want to hear your thoughts on this. And for those of you watching like after the fact, leave some comments in the comments section. I want to hear your thoughts on that too. I think it's just MJF. Yeah, it's probably went overboard a little bit, but I'm not like, oh, strip him of the belt. He doesn't deserve to be champion. Oh man, he's just being the biggest asshole he could probably possibly be. Within within some limits, but I'd say he's doing an okay job. So, great match. Part of me really wanted Bryan Danielson to win because I want him to be AEW champ someday, but if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. MJF is currently one of the best heels out there right now. He is a great wrestler, performed a great match. Yeah, he cheated to win, whatever. That's his thing, you know. But he's damn good. He wrestled an Iron Man match with one of the best wrestlers in the whole flipping world. I don't think too many guys could have that good of a match with Bryan Danielson. MJF is, and I've been talking about him for a while now. MJF is something special. He's quite the prodigy. Courtney says, well, that kid he threw the drink at was not a regular plant, I guess, when that happened, J-Bone. No, that was just like some kid sitting next to his mom, and his mom was so shocked she just sat there like, you know, or at least I think that was his mom that was sitting there. At least I'm a little surprised the mom didn't go like nuclear on MJF, but whoever that was, you know, sitting right by the kid was probably so shocked that they didn't have time to react because he was gone a second later. So, whatever. It is what it is. Salt of the earth. MJF. Salt of the earth. Do you guys see the scrum? Jiminy Christmas. He was so naughty in that scrum. Oh my goodness. I watched part of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched MJF, the opening. I watched some of the Ricky Stark stuff, and then I had to tune out because it was too late. I had worked the next morning early. So I'll watch it sometime. I do enjoy the scrums. So yeah, we get oh my god, that's scrum. That's great. Oh yeah. So yeah, I'll have to check out the rest of it. I don't know who else was on it, but anyways. What else? What else? Let's see here. Let me refresh this because I don't think there was results on this when I brought it up. All right, so let's talk a little more about tonight's show. What I liked from it. We already covered a bunch of it. Let's talk about this opener. Pretty much talked about everything else. I didn't talk about the opener. Orange Cassidy versus Jay Lethal. Now, apparently, there she is scratching at the door. It's annoying as hell. Sorry about that. Orange Cassidy versus Jay Lethal. Damn. What an amazing match. I tell you what, the more and more I watch Orange Cassidy, the more and more I'm becoming a fan of his. I loved him when he was tagging with Danhausen, you know, and I gotta say that's the most this past pay-per-view Revolution when Danhausen was in the ring, that is the most offense I've seen from him since he stepped through the door at AEW. And I don't think I'm overstepping my boundaries and saying that. I don't think anybody would contradict that. I've been waiting so patiently to see something out of Danhausen. It's like, finally, we get to see this kid wrestle. It's like, I dig the gimmick. You know, and he's goofy and he's snarky. He's like old school spooky, you know? It's a great gimmick. But it's like the gimmick's only so good if all you're doing is walking around going, oh, yeah, I'm Danhausen. and that's it. It's man, I want to see you wrestle. And same thing with Orange Cassidy. It took me a while to warm up to Orange Cassidy, but it was a slow burn gimmick. And it was done beautifully. It was, he was out there. And then every match, he did a little more and a little more and a little more. Now, Orange Cassidy barely does the gimmick. He'll do it to the fans, instead of high fives, he just, tap your whatever the hell he does slow, like he broke his arm high, But most of the time in the matches now, man, he's kicking ass. And I love Orange Cassidy. His athleticism is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I love it. Bell's Boy here says, J-Bone, so you think that Bryan Danielson is going home to ROH? I think he is, but I think, honestly, after this match, he's going to need a little time off. He looked pretty banged up. He maybe he was just selling, but he looked pretty messed up. I do think Ring of Honor could definitely use him, Is that going to hurt AEW, though? You got to be careful with that. You can't take too much away from AEW. Because AEW right now, and I've talked about this a little bit. I heard the conversation originally from Meltzer a few weeks ago. And I don't normally, I listen to him, but I don't mind, it's like, Meltzer is God and everything he says is factual. No, I go off of, the stuff that he, if he's just talking about wrestling and not doing an ass ton of speculation, okay, and then he's making stuff up. But if he's just talking just news and stuff, I'll listen to it. So he was talking about AEW needing a major baby face right now. That's one thing they're really lacking right now is someone to really lead the crew as far as a baby face. And that's why I say you got to be careful with how many baby faces and heels you take away from AEW. You can't take too many big names away. If you do that, you're going to hurt AEW. Bryan Danielson is one of those big names. So, Bell's Boy says, I think AEW has a deep singles bench with Wardlow, Hobbs, Kenny Omega returning to singles, apparently Hangman Page, Adam Cole, etc., etc. Yeah, they do, but we still haven't seen Adam Cole come back yet. And we don't know exactly what's up with Kenny Omega yet. So we got to wait. But I think Adam Cole could be one of those big baby faces. And I'll bring up one more name, and I'll get your opinions on this. And it's nothing that, if you disagree with me, it's fine, whatever. But I just want to throw this out to the world and see what you guys think. One name that has been in the news recently is Jeff Hardy. Now, apparently and I didn't talk about this on my channel. Normally, I'm all over this, and it's just because I've been too busy with work, so I've missed out on certain headlines and talking about certain things. So, And a lot of people are upset because it seems like Jeff Hardy got a slap on the hand. Well, he's got no license for 10 years. And then when he does get that license for 2 years, he's got to have that special machine in his vehicle and, where you got to blow in it in order to drive the car. So he ain't going to be driving for the next 10 years at all for anything. He's going to have a ride somewhere. Someone's going to have to pick him up, take him to wherever. Do you think Jeff Hardy can come back and do a wrestling role on television and stay sober? We've seen him fall through the cracks many a time, and I'm all for him coming back. But part of me is also, if he does, he's just going to F up again. And I don't want to see him do that. I don't want to see him hurt his family. I don't want to see him hurt himself. I certainly don't want to see him hurt anyone else. I'm on the fence on it. But I do think that Jeff Hardy could be one of those big names to, as far as baby faces. But I don't know. What do you guys think? There's no right or wrong answers. I just curious. Do you want to see him back, or are you good with him just staying away and staying healthy and taking care of himself? All access. Yeah, that should be interesting. It's a little bit of reality television. Well, yeah, that's coming up at the end of the month, in 3 weeks, something like that. We'll see what that looks like. Little peel back the curtain, if you will. We'll see. We'll see. It's going to be more looking like a documentary, but it could be something that bounces off of the regular show as far as a storyline. We'll have to wait and see. But I hope it's more documentary style. I think that would be pretty cool. If it's weekly, is it going to be just around who's like backstage all the time? Is it stuff that's already been shot? We're going to have to wait and see. So, but hey, I'm fine with it. I like those kind of shows. It's not like watching, the Bellas or whatever. So, sorry for any of those that actually like the Bellas. I'm sorry. So, okay. So, Bell's Boy says AEW All Access premieres on March 29th on TBS, the same night Adam Cole returns to the ring. I'd like to see that. I hope he does. And I can't wait to see what his future is. So we'll have to wait and see what's up. So, I'm sorry. Courtney likes the Bellas. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, they're okay. Just, I had to was no, I'm not watching the whole wedding thing. That's where I'm putting my foot down. I did watch some of it. But anyways, so good show tonight. Great pay-per-view. Not sure about certain things that oh, Bell's Boy. This is why we love you. I can't repeat it. I'll get demonetized. Naughty. So yeah, great pay-per-view, great show tonight. A few changes. It seems like the Mox and his crew are full-blown heels now. So they're gonna have to do some pretty gnarly stuff for me to like actually boo him though, because I still love Mox. Mox is always going to be one of my faves. He's going to have to do something pretty nasty. He's going to have to like throw someone off the top of an arena or some shit. Hey, you guys fight nice in the comments now. So, but hey, and I'm sorry I don't have a ton of energy like I usually do. It's work's taken a lot out of me lately, but work is going well. And I'm gonna be real with you guys here for a minute. I haven't been this happy in general in a long time. Um, and it comes from being back at work, feeling like I'm really worth something. Now I know you guys say like, oh, we love you, J Bone, blah 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 blah, and that's great. And then I love you guys too. You guys are, between here and TNI, it's very fulfilling. I've been doing this. This is my 10th year doing this, and there's been some highs and some lows and whatever. But you know what? You guys are there, and it means a lot. But real life is where it's at. And I mean, like outside of podcasting and going to work and coming home, and my wife has a hot cooked meal ready for me. There's just certain things in life that don't beat that feeling, you know? Um, the pandemic did absolutely zero favors for me, and I'm still kind of digging myself out of that. But being at this work, this job, doing this work, and um, it makes me really feel, um, it really makes me feel good inside. So I wanted to share that with you. Um, so, um, so I may not be on here as often as I want to, but I want you to know that now more than ever, I'm in a really good mental health place. And I hope I can portray that more on here for you. I know a lot of it was just hiding behind a camera and, try to put a smile on. But so yeah, employee of the month. It's real, man. The certificate's on my fridge. I'd show it to you, but it would give away from where I work. So I'm trying to keep that private. But and that made me feel like $1,000,000. I'm I'm 48 and I've been working since I've been 15. You do the math. And I never been employee of the month anywhere my whole life. And first month I'm working at this place, busting my ass, trying my hardest, and I get employee of the month. So that boss made me choke back a tear that day. So I was like, man, you're gonna make a grown man cry. So, um, but yeah, so just letting you know, um, J Bone's in a good place, you know. And I know look, I see it. I see the haters out there. I know what they're doing. I know what they're saying. I know exactly what's going on. I ain't stupid. But you know what? He's preaching to an audience of a fat zero. So he can preach to his audience of nobody out there. and I'm living my life. I've got one of the best crews that I work with at work. I got one of the best crews that I work with in my podcasting. I have one of the best damn audiences in the world. And you can't beat that. You can't beat that. You know, the haters, I know they're jealous. And I'm not bragging. I'm not bragging. I stay humble through all this. So I just want to say thank you to all you guys for sticking with me, for helping me with anything that's going on up here, and just being there for me, because this is year 10, so this is special. Where it goes from here, I don't know, but it's going good. So I'm happy, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. I will see you guys tomorrow night over on Total Nonstop Impact. Impact Talk for Impact fans right here. Well, actually, over there. Or is it over? Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Take care. Mwah. Love you. Be good. Good night.